Welcome to another episode of Blended Views Unfiltered. This is DeAndre.
This is Nick, aka Big Nick. I ain't want to say that.
It's Kanisha. This is Shamara.
We got Chris Gunther back on the show with us.
What's up?
Round 2. What's good, bro?
Man, I appreciate just the genuine love and just being around good people. Like, we had a chance to talk off camera. Being around good people is not something that I take for granted because the older you get, you realize people just ain't real. So it's always good to be around some real folks, man. I really appreciate it.
It's a rare thing.
You know, I always say, and I tell Shamar this, man, the elevation really separates you from people, and to have good people is a rare thing. You know, Dre, I'm gonna be honest. We was talking about how good of a friend Dre has been to all of us. He big bro. We gonna give him his flowers while he here.
Yes, sir.
We all appreciate you. He our fearless leader.
Appreciate it, big dog.
Can you play the blue one too?
No. We was trying to give him his flowers. Dre is a friend to all of us.
Yes.
So we all go and say, Big Dog Dre is, I don't just call him my friend. He's my mentor, my friend, Big Bro. And I think we all around the table can say that.
That's for
Absolutely.
Sure.
I wish I had shoulders like him. That'd be nice. Like,
Shamar, you itching over there. I mean,
big kid.
jeez. No, it's something about a journey as a human being, right? As a man, as a woman, as fathers, mothers, brothers, right? That we take. Oftentimes, we don't talk about a lot of the hardships on how we got this far and how we got to be who we are now. But it's the little things. When they say don't sweat the little things, don't sweat it. Sometimes you have to sweat in order to get to where you are, though.
That's right.
In order not to let the little things bother you. But it's a lot of little things that make you the big person that you are. So around the table, like, what's some of the things, and we can start with you, Chris, because you got a lot going on. So what are some little nuances that you've had to deal with through your journey of becoming the Chris Gunther, who you are now? What are some little things that you had to sweat out?
I had to sweat out the opinions of people. That's the first thing. Because
That's a good one.
what I learned, I think it was in, my best friend who been my best friend since I was 12, she can attest to it. My first few years doing college radio, particularly like my very first year, I was doing hip hop, R&B, and gospel. And I was number one that entire year. Number one rated show. People's always calling in. But I got a lot of flack, though, because as a minister, they want you to just do gospel. And I'm like, but I can do a whole lot more. So obviously I prayed on it, went back to doing gospel, and God continued to bless me, and I was continuing to be number one. But then after that, I said, I want to do something else, because people will try and box you into something because you're great at it. And I got to the point where I said, I'm too great to be doing one thing. So I had to get out of the mindset of, if I'm effectively do like, church stuff, et cetera, I'm going to just stay here. I'm like, nah. So I'm about to leave all of that stuff. While it was always, rooted in me to the day I die, I'm not just going to be confined to that. Now you see me interviewing people like literally known all around the world. And that's because I got out of the mindset of trying to please everybody. So I said, they're going to talk about me regardless. So screw them.
Yep.
That's good. That's good.
It is. Shamari, because you was itching over there, so I know you got. You should have been thinking this whole time. Nope. They can see you pointing.
We really can, though. We really can, though.
So now it's on you. It's on you. Some little things. What's some little things that you had to go through the sweating process? They say don't sweat the little things, but sometimes you have to. So what are some of the little things?
I'm definitely still working on myself. I'm a perfectionist. I'm a nitpicker, and I am a person that harps on if it doesn't get done right. I am working on myself literally. So at this point, I don't know what to do to get over the little things. I'm extremely hard on myself, and every situation that I put myself into, Nick's helping me through it. Today, he was helping me through it. I had a rough day today. So thank you, girl. No, but Nick helped me out. He sent me some words of encouragement, and he talked to me all day. He was very kind and supportive. I am still working on myself. I don't know the little things to get me out of my little mind.
Let me
Big mind.
piggyback
Big mind.
off my wife, because she forgot a few things. So my wife is on. A lot of people don't know my wife is on the brink of greatness. She has a great product that she's putting out, and we was in Atlanta, and big things happen that I don't even want to talk on camera, but some big things. She met some good people. And for my wife, she's growing, and God is removing people from her life, and it sometimes hurt. But we always believe that God pulls people out of your life for a reason.
That's right.
My wife is in a stage of growing and elevation, and God is separating her from people that ain't supposed to be here. And like I said, be on the lookout. We got some good things coming. We got things in the work. Working with some good people that's looking to help us and things. So she might have forgot about a lot of that stuff. But I think her biggest thing is people, a lot of people, family is, separating. And we're elevating. We're moving. And that's why it's so important that we opened up and said, we don't take good friends for granted.
That's right.
Because we're at a place of our life where it's like, it's required to separate from people that ain't going to help you get to the next level.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's kind of where we're both at. As Shamar in particular, we've been having conversations for the past couple months about, friends just dropping off, family members just out of the blue acting crazy. I just tell my wife just to remember, God is pulling people that ain't supposed to be on this journey. Because like, Jesse Essler said, we got a bus. And your bus, from the day you start your bus and you driving, and there's people that get on your bus, there's people that get off your bus. But it's our job to see who we going to impact from the time that bus starts to the time that your life ends and that stops. It's our job to live our life the best way we can. And whoever's going to be on this bus, on this ride, it's cool. But
yeah, you got a really dope wife. I'm going to share a quick story, then I'm going to shut up. A few years, I had to be about 17 years old, and anybody knows me knows I did play b-ball. And definitely, man, Lord have mercy, that was a story for a different day. But this particular game, things just went south, and I was actually gonna quit. Anybody that knows me knows I've never quit basketball a day in my life. Went back to the locker room, got all of my stuff. As I'm getting ready to leave the arena, Shamara, I remember it as clear as day, literally ran down there and grabbed me. And I was like, Chris, I'm just as mad as you, but you can't quit right now. Anybody else could do this, but you can't. And that always stood out to me. Or like the time I got real sick and thought I was about to die. Nobody really knows this much. This woman right here came by the house and was like, I'm not leaving until you eat something. And I'll never forget that. So, and yeah, bro, you got yourself a jewel, dog, all the way.
Thank you.
Well,
I guess what gets me out my hole.
She got a pretty good thing, I would say too.
I have a good heart, you guys. I do have a good heart. It's gotta. My husband's protecting me from getting it taken advantage of.
Yeah.
Amen to that.
I heard something. And it was talking about how, how like if you slam your hand in the door,
The rest of your body.
You'll be jumping up and down,
Yeah.
and that's
I've
how
done
it
that a few
is.
times. Yeah.
And
Ouch.
even though your feet or you jumping them down wasn't affected by you slamming your hand in the door, it reacted with
The rest
it.
of your body reacts.
But
yeah.
that's how you know if you're really connected to somebody, because when you going through something, when you struggling, whoever is attached to you, they gonna feel it too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, when I heard that, I'd be like, man, I have a lot of great friends, and when I know when I was going through, they all felt it and definitely surrounded around me and made sure that I was cool. So,
Shoot, I'll never forget the time you prayed for me when I was going through some crazy stuff. Like, I'm not gonna go into too much detail, but let's just say there was a situation that happened, and that was the first time I ever felt like I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Kanisha was like, "Lil bro, God is with you. The devil's always trying to fight you. I'm gonna pray you through this right now." Went into prayer, and it wasn't like, them old school Hakamashanda that wasn't all that. It was just a very sincere from the heart. Man, that stuff meant the world to me. Clap for her too. Oh, you got a button. That is cool.
thank you.
So look, as we talk about like loss,
Glory goes to God.
we talk about loss, right?
Yes.
These are going through the little things.
Yes.
So sometimes, you got to sweat the little things, but not letting the little things affect you. What cost have we all paid that we didn't expect to pay? This is whether it's business, whether it's just life.
Yeah.
You know, we done been in marriages, divorces, actively in marriages. Like, what costs have you guys paid
Hi, Chanel.
that you did not think you would have to pay? But if you didn't pay it, you wouldn't be.
That's a
where you're
loaded
at.
one right there.
I got you.
I got a good answer for that.
I got one too.
I lost. I didn't know by choosing me and really finding out what I wanted for myself and I needed for myself that I would lose friends. And I hate always bringing that up, but I mean, it's true.
That's right.
But it's true. And losing my marriage. And not necessarily just was choosing me, you're supposed to suppress yourself, but you know, you're supposed to definitely always remain an individual.
Yep.
And then if you can't, like, I always put my marriage first, but if they can't jump on that bandwagon and say, all right, let's go, or whatever it is, then, you know, unfortunately, at some point you just got to choose you. I don't know. That sounds a little selfish.
No, it
You know,
doesn't.
I always chose my marriage. Always chose my marriage. But I didn't really know that I would lose a friend by standing up for myself. I didn't know that. And
deep.
I lost two really good friends of mine by, shoot, I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't even know I did something for real. But I didn't understand, but now I do.
The cost you had to pay was the loss of friends.
A loss of
Man,
friends.
that's so true.
I lost some, I'm talking about friends that was in my, like, wedding friends.
Yeah.
Like, completely lost them. Like, won't even recognize me if we was in the store together. Like,
That's deep.
gone. So, that's what I lost.
That's good. I feel like for me, I feel like I'm paying my costs now that I didn't know to be successful. And I'm not saying I'm there, but I'm working on being there, man. It's cost me my mental. People don't understand, you know, on this road to trying to be the best you, it take a lot of sacrifice. And I'm an entrepreneur, you know, and I call myself that. You know, I really live off of my business. You know, a lot of people, I'm an entrepreneur and stuff like that. Like I would like to say I'm a business owner. I'm an entrepreneur in the most humble way I can say.
Right.
But trying to be the best me and trying to have the best system for me and my family has cost me a lot of mental. I never thought I had mental issues. Still don't think I do, but lately I've been dealing with anxiety, dealing with depression and things of that nature. And, you know, a lot of prayer, you know, a lot of, you know, affirmations of telling myself that, you know, this is the road less traveled that I chose to do to get to where I need to be. And I always remind myself, if it was easy, everybody would be successful. Everybody would run around. So it's like, I'm the type of person where it's like, you know, let's do it. I'm prepared to go down this road less traveled to get to where I am. But one thing that I didn't know, what it would take, a lot of sacrifice from my family, sometimes even my wife. Like, we live in the same house, and my wife would say, I'm not getting your attention because I'm so locked in to trying to fulfill this purpose. I feel like we got one life, and I refuse to give this life that I have and not be the best Nick that I can be. And it's cost me time with my wife, time with my family, weekends, hobbies, my mental, all of this stuff. But I do believe that, you know, I have a purpose. I do believe that God has put me on this earth to do something and be somebody. And I'm going to strive to be that person. I'm going to strive to live out my purpose, whatever that looks like, and do what, you know, impact the world, impact a special group of people that God put me on this earth to impact. So I guess in a long-winded answer, that's what I've been through.
I think all of our answers was long.
Chris, what cost you have to pay that you didn't expect to pay?
What year?
And as a whole, bro.
All right, I'm gonna keep this very short. In 2015, I lost my grandfather. That was a living hell for me. So bad to the point where the next day I almost committed suicide. and I've never went into full detail about it. But I mean, I've preached on it in a few things, and I've talked about it a couple times. But yeah, I was ready to, let my mom find my body the very next day, because I was that jacked up. I'm like, I can't lose him. Like, don't get me wrong, me and my father have always been tight. But man, when you got a grandpa, man, that just hit different. You know what I'm saying? That hit the soul different. And then as I was about to go ahead and do what I did, my best friend calls me up. And he is the person that, people might look at this as being insensitive. The brother told me what I needed to hear. He was like, man, I know you hurting, but you cannot let the devil win now. Like, you can't let everything that your grandfather instilled in you, you can't let that go, because if you do this now, what happens to the rest of us? Mm-hmm. And I thought about it and I said, dang, that was good. Now what has really cost me is, man, being very misunderstood, because some people be like, he's cocky, he's arrogant, he's mean, which I'm not. But I mean, if you want to go ahead and call me that, then all right, go ahead. It's just like, Nick has said, I'm focused and I'm locked. I am totally locked in. Like, there have been times when my own wife is talking to me and I'm ignoring because I'm so locked in. I don't mean to do it, but, when you are focused on doing something that not only are you called for, but it's your passion, you'll say the heck with everybody else. I don't care if it's my mom, it's my dad, if it's my wife, et cetera, et cetera. I'm locked in right now. That's why, and I'll go ahead and, share it. That is one of the reasons why I've kind of had to take a slightly step back from doing my show around here and focus on doing other things, because I kind of started picking up on a few things. I started seeing how people claim they support you, but the numbers don't say it. And I was like, okay, I see it. Time for me to take a step back and focus on a bigger goal. So now I'm at the point where I'm like, well, if they really rock with you, they really gonna rock with you. But now you gotta do what's best for you. And that's just where I'm at with it. Like, I just gave y'all an exclusive, by the way, so I hope y'all find that out.
I felt that. I felt that.
You heard it here first.
Heard it here first.
Dre?
Shamari.
Hey, special.
Dre?
Dre, it's your turn.
I'm the host. Y'all gotta stop this.
I love
She
it.
answered already.
Talk your
I
stuff,
did.
Dre.
She didn't.
I did.
Y'all gotta stop this nonsense.
He gonna talk to me like that?
No,
No, he ain't talking to me.
no, listen. I would have to say a cost. I'm gonna go in general. A cost that I had to pay that I didn't expect to pay. A few things. Number one, reputation. Sometimes you have a certain reputation, and sometimes you feed off of that versus the reality of it.
Right.
Going based on what people place on you versus how it really is.
Yes, sir.
And until you actually face it, face yourself. All right. And then determine who you are. It'll always be that way. And you'll continue to lose yourself in that. Another cost, time.
Yep.
Time. It cannot be replaced yet. It's one of the most overpriced, overpaid things ever in this world, because you will waste your time with people, places, and things
Yes, sir.
that don't belong in your life. And you won't realize it until a lot of your time has been lost. And then realizing all of that, you begin to find what Coach K likes to say, rhythm versus balance.
Yep.
So even in that,
Am I Coach K?
no, you're not Coach K. Big shout out to Kendall Ficklin. My bad. I should have been more.
I knew who you was talking
I should have been more clear.
The salt is real.
My bad.
My girls call me Coach K.
You know
I just
what
was
I'm saying?
wondering.
My
I was like,
bad.
I don't remember saying that.
My bad. My bad, Coach Niche.
Coach Niche.
But a lot of times we don't realize, like y'all said, like at home with our wives and everything, just in life in general, a lot of times the balance is a struggle, not realizing that if you look at the grand scheme of things, is there really such thing as balance? Like, you got to find the rhythm. Shamari will appreciate this, the rhythm to the music. That good, nice R&B song or that jazz joint that you put on.
She loves R&B.
Get your head
Rhythm of the
bobbing and
night.
going, you know what I'm saying? There's nothing like finding that rhythm and you in that pocket and it feel good, you know what I'm saying?
You feel it.
But at some point, if you apply that to your everyday life, right? Find that good rhythm with your children, your wife, your husband, your job, business, whatever. Find that rhythm where it's good, knowing that at some point it's going to shift and you're going to have to skip to the next song anyways. So then you're going to have to find that rhythm again.
In those cases, it's like juggling.
It's just like juggling.
That's right.
Sometimes you're going to be like the Anglos and you may fall out of rhythm.
No.
Anglo-Saxon.
No.
You may fall out of rhythm
That's
sometimes.
enough.
Like my Uncle Mike.
But you got to go ahead.
Oh, not the name drop.
That's enough. That's enough.
I was hoping he didn't name drop, bro.
But you got to do something. You got to course correct and make sure that you fall right back in line and jump back into that rhythm. That way, everything
gotta
fits
mix it.
into
Mix and master.
perspective.
Don't forget to mix and master
That's right.
y'all music in your lives.
That's right.
I ain't
'Cause
gonna
if you
say no
don't,
names, but
It's gonna be off.
it is.
y'all be out here with
Y'all
the,
rhythms be
it'll
off.
be just like
Y'all rhythms be off.
everybody talking about Drake right now,
Ooh,
bashing
yeah.
his music, his latest, bashing his latest.
No,
They
that
said it's
Yeah.
they said it's like
It's like
dancing elevator music.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's trash.
Yeah, but
They say he came out with Abercrombie.
where it sell, but where is it selling to though?
Yeah, he got his
It's
audience.
selling to the Anglos.
Yeah.
He said, I hit y'all jokers with some stuff earlier this year. Now I got to go to the Anglos where I'm gonna make more money.
He moved to that pop chart.
He was
That's
he was
what you make
smart.
the most money at.
That's where he makes the most money.
That's why.
Ooh, yeah.
He found his rhythm. So it's important that we find our rhythm in life.
Change your song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, when you got to skip all 14.
I ain't gonna lie. That's kind of how it was. Y'all remember when Nelly came here?
No.
I was on
With
my
the
honeymoon.
country song.
Listen, I didn't even know,
didn't know
he was a country
Nelly
singer
was
for
here.
real.
Mm-hmm.
When he was in
Yeah.
there, you know, he
'Cause
was
it's
singing,
all
it,
in
you know,
my
Air
head.
Force Ones. I was in there, you see all the black people standing up, banging. And as soon as he hit that, we was all like,
I think about it.
No, there's
When he
a
do
lot-
this song?
There's a lot of money in country music.
It
Austin
is.
society.
It is.
They're the
It's not enough brothers in country
loyal.
music though, man.
Yes,
not.
there's a
There's
couple
some-
now.
they're coming up now.
Yeah, they coming up now,
coming
but
up.
overall,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
not too many
Like
of
the
us
money
out
that a
there.
cat like Blake Shelton will make.
My last one.
Ain't no rapper out here doing numbers like
Nah,
them cats.
nah, they not. They not.
But that's also, you know, kind of going back to what we had mentioned earlier, finding your rhythm.
Mm-hmm.
You know, most of us, just be real, you know, grandma didn't play Blake Shelton growing up. You know, grandma played that Earth, Wind, and Fire, the Gap Band. So
Shaka Khan.
Shaka
Ohio
Khan, you know what I'm saying? So
players.
we weren't really raised around that, but
Yeah.
you know, as you get older, finding your rhythm.
Reef.
Maybe you want to go into something different, and you can probably make more doing it.
Yep.
You got to find your audience. You know, I'm a marketing guy, so a lot of times, a lot of people they're speaking the wrong message to the wrong people,
Mm-hmm.
and you got to find who gonna listen to you. And like kind of to piggyback what you were saying, Chris. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry about the people here that's not supporting you. You got an audience that's global. You just got to find your audience. And I heard a cat say today, stop looking for your customers. Make it easy for your customers to find you.
Mm-hmm.
And so with that being said, a lot of people ain't speaking to the right people, ain't talking to the right folks. And that can go to, like you said, we could talk Drake's music. Drake found his audience. They know
Right.
the audience. They know how to juggle, how to balance. Well, not balance, but how to get your rhythm and stuff like that. Find the right people who you talking to. Get in the right circles.
That's right.
My dad,
Find the right community.
my dad says this best, and his whole slogan he always say, "How are you gonna get to California rolling with people going to New York?
Come on now.
It's impossible.
I love that saying.
It's
I totally get it.
impossible."
You can't.
So, you know, whatever you got to do to get to the destination that you're supposed to go to, it shouldn't even matter if you got people going in a whole totally opposite direction. It doesn't even
You gotta
matter.
get in the right circles. They say you are a sum of the 5 closest people you are.
Yeah.
Whether it's your finances, whether that's your, you know, physical appearance,
Uh-huh.
whatever it is, you are the sum total of the 5 people that you hang out with.
That's why I help all my friends get rich.
That's why, you know, it's basically on the
I try
like
to.
physical appearance side. And I'll go ahead, since you know we're giving him his
Cash
flowers. Y'all are hilarious.
Cash out.
That's why I'll go ahead and give him, this man, his flowers. I was, you know, we talked about off camera. I don't mind sharing this on, you know, camera. I was filming a few things, and my suits were not bad, but you know, brother's finances weren't really at the best, so I had to
wasn't good.
do what I had to do, right? So a real, you know, handsome chocolate guy called me up, right? And was like,
Who was that? Say it again. Who was that?
Chocolate City.
Anyways, like I was saying,
I ain't never heard you say. I ain't never heard you
So-
say like that.
He said Chocolate City.
That was very
But
erotic.
no, so what happened was I got done doing what I had to do, and then I had to go play ball. So I'm like, all right, cool. Next thing I know, Drake calls me up. Hey, bro, meet me at a store. All right, cool. We go into the store, and I'm looking at the wallet like, I can't afford jack in here. But I'm not saying it out loud. I'm thinking it in my head. And I'm trying the suits on and all custom made. And Dre was telling me, look, bro, with everything that you doing and what you about to do, everybody else can look bad, but you got to look good. You got to have something custom made. Make sure that, you know, the jackets is fitting, to make sure that the pants ain't too, you know, loose, etc. And I'm like, dude, this is what you call a real friend. Somebody who, if I didn't tell this story publicly, nobody would ever know. He's probably going to take this to the grave. But when you got real brothers in your corner that's willing to invest in you, willing to do something for you, you don't just be quiet about that stuff, right? Yeah. And the suit was so good. I really look great in it, if I do say so myself, people. But the point is, when I looked at it,
Dre, I need a new dress and some shoes and some new jewelry. I just want you to bless. I just want you to bless.
That's okay.
I want you to bless Nick's pockets
I ain't
for me
got no
too.
answer. I just need some new shoes and some new.
I need a new weave and everything. Like, I need everything.
I just want some
Don't you ask no other
jewelry.
Dre
man
my
for anything.
friend, so if he gonna bless you, he gonna bless me.
Okay,
I want some jewelry.
Where my pound cake at?
People. Anyway, but like I was saying though, the coolest part about it though was, you know, Dre he had blessed me with it and just said, look, bro, I just want to do this for you because I see the stuff that, you know, you're doing, things like that you don't ever take for granted. And I've worn it a couple times. Obviously, I don't wear it every single day, but little stuff like that goes to show you, kind of tying to what Nick said, man, you gotta have some people around you that's not only willing to invest in you, but, you know, in a sense, help you get up to where you gotta go.
See, but he didn't. The thing is, it's like that's why I love friends like that. That's why he didn't even see. Look. He didn't even see. He wasn't seeing you for what you were now. He's seeing you later on.
Absolutely.
So you know, sometimes you have to level up your own expectation. And if you got friends that like, no, let's elevate you here. If I elevate you now, just think about where you're gonna be later. Mm-hmm. You know, so he didn't see you for then. He didn't see you in the. You said not so adequate suits. He didn't see you then. He's seen you.
Nah, that's the truth, though.
He's seen you in the Armanis, and I don't know the names of certain suits, but I know Armani. So, like, that's the only one I know. But, like I said, he's seen you. Armani. He's seen you there. So, you know, now that you there, and now you in here, you interviewing NBA players.
First of all, let me drop something.
I'm saying?
Quick,
So that's
off
deep.
subject. Fellas, y'all don't have to go spend a lot of money to be fresh.
At all.
No, you don't.
Stop thinking you gotta go get Armani.
You can catch some good. You get your Armani,
You don't
but
gotta get an
you can
Armani
catch
to be
some
clean.
Armani at the
Okay, so
Goodwill.
but let me drop this though.
Get something that's
He's
clean.
absolutely right.
You can catch some Armani at the
Except-
but if you need to feel good, then go
Except,
get Armani.
except you do not have to spend a lot of money
For us, by
at all.
us.
Stop it.
Guys, you can rock FUBU.
No.
Look, you can put FUBU on and make it
Fat,
look.
ugly, black,
Just don't
and
have the logo
uncomfortable.
showing. But
Medea.
if you are wearing suits,
Yes,
go ahead and spend the money.
Spend a
on the
little bit of money.
correct.
Spend the money on that. There's even if it's like business casual, you can But there's a lot of different brands that are coming out now though.
That's
like
right.
A lot of some of these Instagram brands are legit.
Yes, they are.
All right, but suits. Listen,
like I was
go
saying.
ahead and spend the money on it. But he's right
But
though. You
sometimes
don't
ain't gotta
on
spend
average though.
$1,000.
No, you don't have to
You
spend
go get
$1,000.
the okay, for instance, you go to JC Penney's and get the straight ham. Just go take it and get it tailored. That's it. Get the arms touched up. Get it taken in.
Make it look like it's
Make
$1,000.
it look like it's tailored. But you don't got to go spend the $1,000. Spend the $300,
I can
$400,
honestly-
and just get it touched up.
I can honestly say now, because Dre showed me that experience, I don't look at my suits the same way now. I'm like, look, I gotta look nice in it because I can't look baggy and I can't look too. But like, nah, my thing is it's got to be custom made, and if I can't have it like that, it must not be meant for me to wear.
Custom made, custom paid.
You can't-
representation of yourself.
Because
That's
how
right.
would it look if you come in there with one
Not
arm,
what you doing.
one arm long and the other one short,
we all
and then you gonna pull up your microphone and your sleeve go down here. You
Or the
know,
baggy pants.
I
that's
can't
like,
stand when a dude
the
see me like
pants-
that.
the pants touching the ground.
Y'all just described how all of us at Calvary look growing up.
Well, that's back in the day. That's
Listen.
different. Big suits back in the day was the thing.
It was. The
Listen,
oversized
I had a
It's a little
couple.
different.
I had
I know
a
y'all seen
couple of
pictures of
holes in my
Jordan.
stockings. I had a couple of holes in my
I
stockings.
think everybody.
Too. My mama say roll it under, put it in the
And
Oh
you
my God.
listen. Did your mom make you wash out your stockings?
Yeah, by hand though. By hand.
Oh,
by
God.
You had to
hand.
wash out
By
the
hand.
stockings.
By hand.
Kids today have
You
no
was in the
idea.
wrong community.
What?
They was doing you wrong because we're talking about community here.
Did I have to wash out my stockings?
Ain't a pack of
was
stockings
6.
only like
You
$3?
said I was 6. So
You were 6.
So I was like, my mama made me
6,
do
7
it.
years
do they have a
old.
run in them?
No, you can't wear them.
No,
You gotta
no,
go
you
to.
gotta-
You gotta go to like
Right.
Walmart.
Unless you
Dollar
can
That's
Store.
like old
disguise.
school
Unless
term
you can
right there.
disguise them.
They had
Kids
a
today
run in
have
them.
no
Now
idea.
listen,
they
listen,
don't.
No idea.
listen,
Hold on, all
listen.
jokes
If
aside.
the
Or
if the
K&B.
run
If
the
it
run
runs
is at
up
the
here,
side, then
you
you
can
can
wear it.
listen. You get the
Pull 'em
fingernail
up.
polish. No, you get the fingernail polish and you stop the run with the
Yeah, yeah.
fingernail
Oh
polish.
gosh.
You stop the
Do
run.
young girls still wear stockings nowadays?
Yeah, for Easter.
No,
I don't see much.
No.
I haven't.
And
I
the
don't see
fluffy
much
socks?
either.
I don't
And the
even
fluffy
see
But they got the
socks in my
fluffy
church.
socks.
Yeah.
I know y'all keep the fluffy socks.
Let's get back to it though.
Okay,
so
yeah.
here's
Talking about fluffy
we
socks.
gonna venture all the way off.
Sorry.
So listen, so all that community is extremely important.
Extremely.
If you're in the wrong community, here's how you can tell. If you are in the same place that you were in 3 months ago, 6 months ago, and a year ago, you in the wrong community.
That's right.
If the people around you are in the same place that they were 3 months ago, 6 months ago, a year ago, you in the wrong community.
I got one for you.
And we ain't talking
I got
about the
one for
house
you.
location.
No, we're
Right.
not
When
talking
they
about
love
that.
when your friends love to talk about the past.
You in the wrong
You in
community.
the wrong community.
Unless that past is unless you're not mimicking the past, then it's cool because you can reflect on it and be like, remember when. But if you sitting there talking
I'm
about
talking
it,
every conversation.
yeah, no.
Yeah, that's something that I had to learn how to do because hanging out with, my best friends, we always laugh about, growing up and playing b-ball, stuff we used to do, etc. But then we always look at it like, yeah, bro, but look at everything we doing now, though. Like, that is the coolest part.
Yeah.
Like, I remember before I got married, my bachelor party, me and the fellas just sat around laughing about the good old days. And at the end of every sentence, somebody was like, yeah, but bro, you really about to get married, though. And it's a totally different thing. So to, piggyback on that, man, just if the community around you is always referring to the past, then yeah, it's just time to relocate.
Yeah, because you're celebrating the wrong thing sometimes. And that goes to growth. Now, that doesn't mean you're supposed to dog everybody in your community. Because if
Not
you can
at
get
all.
out, if you can get out and make it, then now you're showing somebody else in that community, if not the whole community, that, hey, you can get out and you can elevate as well. But on your path to greatness and growth and evolution, let's not get it twisted. There's still going to be some pitfalls and some downfalls and some bumps in the road that you're going to experience, that you have to experience in order to grow. Because if you do not, and if you overlook them, you're going to be right back in that community.
Shoot, I opened up about mine, man, and I'm giving another exclusive gem. Nobody knew this, but last June, like I think it was like maybe in the middle of June, before I got married, I was in the worst mental state of my life, the absolute worst. And it wasn't because of the wedding; it was because of a job that I was at. It was like a living hell for me going there every single day. Like, I mean, I'm up here having to take ibuprofens every single day just to make it through the day. I'm getting off. I'm upset. I'm angry, and I'll go ahead and be real. I almost called off the wedding. I almost called it off. I almost called up the wife and told her, you've given me the greatest joy the last 6 years, but I can't do this because I'm not good. But then I kind of start thinking about, but bro, you are so close. Like, you are so close to what you've been waiting for. Why throw it away now just because you ain't doing good? And, as men, we're always taught to work through it, which, I mean, I'm from the old school. You work through everything. You work through your ups, your downs. You got to do it. But eventually you got to realize, man, you can't run from yourself because everywhere that you go, there you are. You know what I'm saying? You can't run from you. And that's what I had to learn. So, yeah, man, just being all the way truthful, yeah, that was probably the number one thing I had to push through.
That's good stuff. That's good stuff. A lot of people don't highlight that stuff.
Yeah, like just being real, man.
The human aspect. A lot of people don't highlight the human aspect of what you do in your profession, Entrepreneurs, or yes, they only look at the glitz, the glam, and where you're at, but they don't understand, like Nick said, the anxiety, the depression, the loss of someone or something. Like, nobody talks about that kind of stuff, but it needs to be talked about more because there's a lot of people out here suffering in silence.
Yes, sir.
And they feel like they're the only ones and no one's going to understand what's going on. But we all deal with some craziness, man.
I just think that the day and age we live in, it's all about, social media is a highlight tape.
Yeah.
And most people viewing the
highlight
highlight
reel.
reel.
Sure is.
Yeah.
And they never look at the footage. Like, you don't, just like sports. Highlight tape is not the same thing as tape.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you got to see the ups, the downs, the everything.
Watch the whole game.
Watch the whole game. Stop
Yes,
watching
sir.
highlight tapes and thinking that like entrepreneurship, people they see the you know, you could do your own time. Like people love like I got friends that Nick got it, but I'm trying to get like you, bro. You ain't
They have no
entrepreneurship
idea.
ain't for everybody.
Nah, it's not.
Ownership is.
Yes.
But entrepreneurship ain't. But because everybody ain't built for this, and it's a lot that go into it.
He's
Hey,
telling
it's
the
a lot
God's
that
honest
ain't.
truth.
Even you talking about, listen, relationships aren't for everybody.
Show ain't.
I'm sorry, that was funny.
Friendships, partnerships
Show ain't.
are not for everybody. And not saying that you're never going to be in them, but
It's
Correct.
time.
maybe time.
It's a time.
No, that's right.
Because
though.
if you refuse to be a
For
certain
time.
kind of person or go to a certain place in your life, then you'll never be able to maintain or keep something. Everything's always going to slip out of your hands. It
Bro,
can
you
be like
hit it
water.
right. You hit it right on the head. People don't want to change who they are. So if you ain't ready to do that, don't get in a relationship.
Correct.
That's right.
That's
And
100%.
Another Coach K
That's a coach.
moment.
Coach
not,
K.
Not Kanisha.
It's me.
Your work.
It's me. $YW.
Your work got to match
BL.
Your work got to match your want.
Somebody gonna send her something.
I'm
They
gonna
not.
like it. I'm gonna like it. I'm gonna send the
This is
heart
not her
emoji.
saying, though.
at all.
This is Coach K. Your
People-
work got to match your want.
Say that one more time.
Your
for the people
work
in the back.
got to match your want. And if it's not, then stop wanting.
Honest to God, in 2020 when the pandemic had first started, and this is where Kanisha comes into this story. I was doing a sports show in 2019, and we had already been in talks about covering high school basketball. Once the show ended, I still had a responsibility to do because people gonna tune in to whatever I do, which is a grateful feeling. And Kanisha was kind of telling me, well, if you want to start covering basketball, maybe you should just do it. And the reason why, you have to, going back to what you guys just said, you have to want it and work for it. A lot of people didn't really know this, but that was something that was already in the works. And then during the pandemic, I was interviewing coaches and players, which was fine. And then once everything kind of, got shut down, I started interviewing all of these celebrities in 2020 when everything was closed. But
Yeah.
I'll never forget, I told God before 2020 hits, I said, I want to be extremely busy next year doing what I love. Next thing I know, I'm interviewing almost everybody. I was like, oh, shoot, I did not expect it to blow up like this, but it did, though.
Making good.
Dog, that was
Listen.
fun, too.
I'm sure it was.
Yes, it was.
I'm sure.
Megan Good was really, really nice.
Literally.
Just saying, she's really nice.
Megan is good.
Yes, she is.
Miss Good if you're nasty.
That's her real name. That's
Megan,
her
I
name.
promise you, I didn't say this on the podcast. I promise you, I didn't say it. So there we
Oh, it's
go.
Chocolate City.
He did.
Hit me up.
Hit.
That's enough.
Yo, y'all want to know something else too?
Hooray.
I actually had the opportunity, but my schedule didn't line up. But Pastor Franklin, her ex-husband, I almost interviewed him.
That would have been good.
Almost interviewed him.
Not as good as Megan, no.
Not as good,
No,
man.
that would have been good. You guys, so what was you thinking?
Oh, I ain't gonna. That's a
let's
different
just say
show.
that it was
That ain't a
just-
different show. That's a different show. That's a
Yeah,
different
because
show.
I can't give all the story, but let's just say that interview almost happened. It probably would have been, just because of the timing of it, that probably would have been one of my most watched ones.
Yeah.
I had a question. You need to write that question down. I'll tell you after the podcast. It's a great one.
Oh, okay. You don't want to say it in front.
We can say it. When people do stuff for fake, do you feel like
What is
he
for
did
fake?
that for fake? For fake. He did that for fake. I feel like he played my girl Megan.
For
For
fake. This is what I'll say about that.
It's for fake.
And it is extremely hard to comment on another person's marriage now that I'm a married man.
They publicized
But
it.
this is what I will say, because they did publicize it. The real you is gonna come out eventually.
Yeah, buddy.
And
He was for fake.
unfortunately,
Ain't nobody
what
faking
happened with them, and as a reporter, you kind of dig around a little bit, you ask the questions. But when a situation like that, I try to be as sensitive as possible on it, simply because that's their marriage, and we don't know what went on behind closed
sure
doors.
don't.
We don't know if there
never
was
do.
really an affair, or maybe they just really decided
Listen,
to go their separate ways.
I
We
tell you
really
what I
have no
know.
idea.
No, when
I
he
tell
made
you what I
money
know.
afterwards.
Ain't nobody for faking marrying Megan Good. That broken heart when he was in that bathroom, his shirt was drunk down to here. That brother was hurt.
No.
That brother was
Michael
hurt.
B. Jordan was hurt.
Oh, he's so
But you ain't gonna make a
He
profit.
was. Michael B.
My brother came out with a whole book in the scheme of things. That means you was writing as it was happening.
Well, the women from R.
planned
Kelly
it.
had a book too. Was they for
She
fake?
was a
No,
much.
they had a documentary.
Wait a minute.
The
Surviving
survivor
R.
R. Kelly
Kelly.
got books. Is they for fake?
Those is victims.
But they got a book in the
That was
meanwhile.
trapped in the closet.
But it was over.
Michael B. Jordan is a victim too of Lori Harvey.
Now,
That's what
that
I'm
is
talking
true.
about.
She was a man-eater.
Now she needs to write a book.
She a
We
mess.
don't know.
She do.
Hers is
Oh
gonna
my
be a
God.
whole
Hers will
blueprint.
be a
Everybody,
bestseller.
How to
it's
get
gonna be
the
like what's that
stars.
video?
She gonna be
Vixen's book
Corinne.
called? Yeah, what's that video?
Confessions of a Video Vixen.
Yes.
She ain't
Superhead.
no Corinne now. She ain't
No,
Corinne.
no. she's
No
not.
Corinne Steffens, but I mean, you never know.
That's a good book.
just
I
No,
read.
no, 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 no. We know.
He was perfect.
I read the book. It's a good
He
book.
was
She ain't no
Faith.
Corinne.
I'm trying to figure out.
Okay, let's get back on
I don't
subject.
think Lori Harvey read Steve Harvey's book.
Nah, she playing. She going by her own game. I can
She
tell you
sure
whose
did.
book she did read.
Her mama's.
I ain't gonna comment on
You
that
should
one.
know. So my mom likes to say, everything you do in the dark always comes to the light.
That's in the Bible.
Everybody.
So, what
Sometimes I be
happens?
hoping not.
What happens in our dark time?
We go to sleep.
I can tell you.
All right, Shamara, that you guys want to bring to the light now.
I can
that's
go
a
ahead
confessional.
and say this,
You go to sleep.
and this is not a joke. This is the God's honest truth. I struggle with sleeping. I struggle with sleeping because I'm always trying to work on something, and it has gotten me into some pretty serious situations. There was one time I couldn't sleep, and I was trying to like research people who I should talk to, and like I kid you not, my wife literally had to tell me, "You need to go to sleep."
Correct.
I think it was one of
Were you delusional?
no, I wasn't. What happened was I was just constantly in work mode, and I couldn't like sleep. I'm up working on stuff. I'm trying to figure out who I should talk to. I'm editing videos, and she told me, she was like, you need to go to sleep. So I finally cut my phone off, and I was able to kind of rest for a hot second. But that's what I struggle with the most, is learning how to just sit down somewhere.
And turn it off.
You know, there's two
Yeah.
things that
That's me.
a minister told me this, and it was like, oh, that's bad, and I didn't want to use it like this. It's two things. Science. Anything that has screens on it, you need not use it a half hour
Right.
before. An hour
That's true.
before you go to
Yeah.
bad.
That is true.
That's
Yeah.
one. Turn off all your screens. Read
Yep.
your book. Second,
Screen door
they
closed.
said it was a dear friend of mine. I love him so much. He said, because I was having
I
a
heard it
hard
too.
time going to sleep,
Little joke.
and he was just like, open up the Bible and read it. You'll fall asleep.
Oh God.
That's
Couldn't
true.
And he said it's because he said the reason why you fall into a sleep when you read the Bible is because the devil really don't want you to read it.
Read Revelations.
I'm gonna lie.
He
I've
said
heard
read it.
that
Now
before.
you're a minister, so when you read the Bible, you read it to study. And
That's right.
sometimes it ain't gonna put you to sleep.
It has never put me to sleep.
Let me tell
As
you.
God is my witness, it's never be just for that reason, because I'm trying to figure out, well, what am I missing?
What are you missing? So it's not gonna work for you. But I think you should just turn off all the screens, and then
It'll shut
I'ma
up.
talk
Yeah.
to your wife.
Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
Yeah, no, yeah, that'll put you to sleep.
Oh wow! I just
I
thought
did-
Sure
about
will.
it. I just got it.
Yeah.
All this
So
time.
we
Yes,
know that-
ma'am.
We know how to get you to sleep real quick.
But I said-
Correct.
that's why I said yes, ma'am.
Correct.
Tell her to read Corinne's book.
Nasty. That's enough.
Super.
That's enough.
So what?
You gotta tell me the question again. I got caught up.
What do you do in the night in the dark?
What do you do in the dark that you want to bring to the light? Not that. We ain't talking.
I'm not. I know.
Let her
Let
answer,
her.
let her answer. Let her answer.
I know it's unfiltered.
I know it's unfiltered. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Hold on. Let me think. I get lonely. I definitely get lonely. Okay.
You didn't like it?
All right, come on now.
I thought you was gonna come to that part. 'Cause there would have been them strings right there.
All right, go ahead now.
So, in your journey, a lot of people, I get lonely. I get sometimes I do get lonely, and when you so used to somebody being there,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying. So
I tell you a trick to cut that back. Get a smaller bed.
so then I gotta go buy a new bed.
Oh,
That's not gonna
It'll help you
help. It's been
You gonna expect
there's
somebody to be over there.
it's been a smaller bed and a bigger bed. It don't matter.
Get down to a twin.
let her finish.
I just said it's been a smaller bed and a bigger bed. It don't matter.
Somebody told me that one time.
California king bed. No, I have my ways of figuring out. I have to just go through it because this is just a time of being alone. So
It's Kanisha.
it's
time.
appreciation. I just have to appreciate this. So then when I do get that spot fulfilled, I'm gonna be like, dang, you right there. Thank you. It'll be all
And
right.
they be there too much. And you be like, all right, move on.
No. I will not.
I think that was God's way of telling you. Hush. I wish I could have recorded that on my phone.
I be
All you
telling-
heard was-
I be telling Shamar, move over.
You just need a king.
I got it.
Oh,
California king?
That one just as long.
It's just long.
Yeah.
all right. So next question.
No, Nick.
What's your question?
Oh, you got a question?
Nick got an answer.
Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
Doing the dark. That's coming to the light. Yeah,
I remember that play.
I'm a secret person.
That's a good answer, though. That's a great answer, actually.
It's like, no, I don't know what I do. I waste a lot of time on my phone.
You eat snacks in the bed?
What would you?
Yes.
I eat snacks
Actually,
too.
no, I can't eat in the bed.
I eat snacks.
I used to eat laying straight down till Shamar told me I'm gonna start choking.
You don't
I used to flat
Why
lay
did
on my
somebody
back.
have
You
to
don't
tell
choose.
you?
Just like this.
You don't choose food.
Got a ratchet.
I can't get
Be to
around.
cut
I
your
can't
throat
get
with a
around.
jelly.
I'd be pissed. I start
No,
choking.
what would you reveal to somebody that's in your position?
As far as what?
Like if that's in the dark, it's basically like it's in the dark. So what would you want to bring to light to help them out with? To tell them, let them know, share something. She's lonely. You can't sleep. We got his solution already.
The problem, all jokes aside, I feel like a lot of people might see me as I feel like I don't work as hard as I should be. I'm secretive, a lazy person. And you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be honest with you. Most of the time, I work so hard so I could be lazy.
Correct.
I'm not trying to be funny. Like,
That's
I want to
actually
work
real.
hard now so I
That's
can continue to be
exactly.
late.
That's exactly what
I want to wake up on the beach and not have to
Correct.
do nothing and have my life automated.
Correct.
I'm just here.
I secretly want to be lazy.
Say amen.
Chris, you had a question?
I wanted to know what my best friend was gonna say because you knew you weren't gonna get out of this one.
I tell you about what she do in the dark.
I want to hear it directly from her.
Shamar can sleep 12 straight hours and still be tired.
Sound
Oh, then you're not resting.
No.
Sorry.
I dream every night, so I don't
I
get
put her
good
to sleep.
rest.
But then she will still be late. I don't care if she go
My
to bed
family,
at
we
6.
dream a lot, and I have dreams every night, so I don't get good
Or
rest.
you, Joseph?
Sometimes. No, for real.
No, for real. My wife can sleep
that's what
for
I
12
said.
straight hours
I wish I could
and
sleep.
still be
serious.
late. My body won't let me
That's not
sleep till
That's
past
a
6.
slumber.
My body won't let me sleep. If I get 6 hours of sleep, it's been a good night.
If I see the light hit on my face, I'm up.
Yeah,
I
I'm
am.
kind of the same way.
I just get the
that was
dark
the
out
question that I
curtain.
did
I don't
have.
care
I
if
don't
my
have to
wife
see
go to
the
bed
light.
at 8. She will sleep till 8 the next day. And wake up and still be like,
It's okay.
what's going on?
We just need to get you some B12.
Ha!
Some B12.
Melatonin.
This was definitely a lot of fun.
Melatonin. Okay, listen. As we get out of here, what is some advice that y'all can give people about the cost that y'all paid, bringing stuff to the light, not sweating the small things after you didn't already been through the sweating period? What's some advice y'all can drop as we head out of here?
I would say, coming from, like I said, as an entrepreneur, people don't invest enough into themselves. Invest in yourself. Invest in your personal development. I heard a person say one time, your bank account is is a direct correlation to who you are as a person. You can only make so much as the person you are until you build yourself. It's the only way that you can start building more things. So I would say the first investment. Stop thinking about, let me get real estate, let me get some Turo, let me get this. Invest into yourself, invest into a mentor, invest in some books, invest into building your personal self up, and then you go from there.
Nice. Y'all got anything over there?
Just go get it. Go get it.
Like Nike.
What you waiting for? Go get it.
What they getting?
Go get whatever it is. It.
Shamari.
It.
Reebok song, we just do
It.
it.
She trying to hide. We can see you.
Okay. Some advice for my good people, which I would need to take for myself, but don't be as hard on yourself.
Struggle with
I
that.
know you want to do great things, and you will get there. And I had a problem with this, but let people help you. Let people help you. I still struggle with that based off of past experience, but I can't let the past dictate my future. So let people help
right.
you.
Good
So
stuff.
that's all I have right now.
Chris, what you got for us?
Biggest thing I would say is acknowledge that you're human. Make sure that you don't bite off more than you can chew. And as the good Lord as my witness, get right with God. When you get right with God, you keep God first, things will really start to align with you. And those things that become problematic or that were problematic, God will literally start to pull them back from you little by little. Because I can say this now, I'm sleeping a lot better compared to how I once was. And I was just like, now I get it. You know, and the scripture is very true when it says, seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. And that's when it really hit me. And then, honest to God, man, you know, trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean not unto your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him. He will direct your path. I can say this as God is my witness. Learning how to trust in God and just keep my head down and keep pushing. You know, a few years ago when I said I was going to do my own thing, several stations wouldn't give me a chance. But, you know, now they see me, you know, meeting people like Stephen A. So I guess I'm doing something right.
That's what's up. I would say for everybody out there, including us as well, always strive to be a tree that everyone wants to pull from. We're all planted here on Earth for a reason, not for a season to wither away. So be sure that we're a tree that everybody wants to come and pull from. We don't want to be the twigs. We don't want to be one of them big old huge oak trees that was planted here, that was here for hundreds of thousands of years.
Right.
That no matter how many times a branch is pulled off of you, that you're still thriving because you're rooted into some really good soil. You got a nice firm foundation, planted in a nice community.
Correct.
So no matter, even if a bad one does come and pull from you,
Correct.
you will never ever die off. You that strong. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So always grow through what you go through.
Grow.
Grow.
Growth.
GROW through what you go through. So whatever you
There we go.
Be kind.
whatever it is that you're
Anyways.
doing out there, no matter how bad it may seem, no matter how bad you struggle, listen, continue to grow through it all.
Yes.
Continue to evolve. Rest in it, feel it, but don't stay there at all. Keep it pushing. Progression is the key. We appreciate you coming through, Chris, again.
Man, this was a lot of
Shout
fun.
out your social medias again. How can the people watch your stuff? You got a YouTube channel too, right?
Yes, sir.
Shout everything out.
Yes, I'm gonna go ahead and give a quick shout out once again to the Blended Views Unfiltered podcast. Appreciate y'all so much for having me.
Appreciate you, big
Catch me
dog.
on YouTube at the Chris Gunther Show, Facebook, Chris Gunther, Instagram at Chris Gunther. Thank y'all for having me on. Be sure that y'all follow me and stay tuned for who I'm interviewing next, because let's just say everything is going to be special, and that's all I'm going to go with.
My man be killing it with the interviews. Celebrities, athletes,
Succeed.
regular people.
Anyway.
You know,
Chris one of the
regular
hardest working
everyday
cats I know.
He is. My man be getting it. He be getting
Build
he be making it happen.
anyway.
So if it's anybody that's
Chris is
out there right
consistent.
now listening to this that's across seas and you want to fly him out,
Be happy.
Yes, sir.
hit him up.
Anyway.
Just make sure that, you know, my ticket is nice and I have sweet
Oh
tea.
yeah, he's not free.
Make
Pay
sure
for my
my
man.
ticket is nice.
Do
I got
good.
sweet tea.
Networks out there. Holla
Anyway.
at my guy here. All right. Hey, we out of here.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you, bro.
We out of here. Hey, until next time, play the moments, positive memories, stop the pain, and keep the happiness on repeat. Peace.
Peace.
Red fish,
Anyway.
blue fish.
If I had one wish, y'all would follow us, like and subscribe to our channel.
Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Blended Views Unfiltered, starring Big Mama.
AKA the biggest and the realest and the trillest.
We know y'all like what y'all be hearing on this joint. So go ahead and like, follow, and do a big, huge. If you're watching, hit the subscribe button down there. If you're listening to us, find the subscribe and download button somewhere on this platform and hit that button. That way you can be well informed when we drop something new, whether it be social media, whether it be on here. This could be Apple, unless you're an Android user like myself. It may be on Android phones, right? Spotify. Either way, follow us. Like our pages on social media. Snapchat's coming soon. YouTube is up and live. We got them videos uploaded. Check our TikTok out. We got the Hershey Kisses in live effect on TikTok. These two acting a fool. Okay, so we appreciate y'all tuning in. Kanisha didn't say nothing. Kanisha, what you got for us?
Nothing. Tune in.
Great. Tune in. Play the moments, positive memories, stop the pain, keep the happiness on repeat. Peace.
Bye.
One fish.